Hello all and welcome to the GMAT Advanced Target 700 program, the 13th installment of the verbal series. Today we are going to discuss some more words that are going to form a good basis for you to understand the tone of passage questions, and it is also going to form a good basis for you to understand the meaning of certain passages or the meaning of certain answer option choices, right? So let's quickly jump into it. This is kind of like in continuation to the last video of the series that we had seen. In that video also we had discussed some particular words. This will be in continuation to that. We are going to use the same approach, so you can look, you can go through these videos at the pace that you want. You can, if you are familiar with these words, you can fast forward them. If you are new to these words, you can probably take your own time and try and internalize these words, because these words are going to be important both from a GMAT point of view and for those of you who would also be looking to consider GRE as a possible exam, or who are already also preparing for GRE. For them also, these words are going to form a good foundation of a lot of what is expected in the verbal portion of the exam. Okay, so let's quickly jump in. Okay, so the first word that we have today is imploring, right? Now, why is imploring important from a tone point of view? Is because a lot of passages would kind of implore you. What does implore mean? Implore essentially means to plead or to beg. If I'm requesting you something, okay, if I'm requesting you something, then essentially it means that I am imploring you, right? Okay, so if I'm requesting you for something, I'm essentially imploring you for that, right? Now, impressionable is something which is, uh, it kind of means that I am somebody who's influenced by you, right? So by trusting, it essentially means that. So let's take the example of clay. Okay, now clay can be molded. If you punch it at a place, there will probably be a hole. If you modify it, if you pull it, it will change shape. Okay, so somebody who's as impressionable as clay or who can be molded is essentially what this word is hinting at, right? That I can manipulate you, or I can change you, or I can make you believe in something, right? Inane is a slightly complex word with a simple meaning. Okay, it means something which is very silly, okay, or which is something which is very, very small, stupid, foolish. Okay, incensed is simple, it means enraged, angry. Incredulous is something that is so good that it is very difficult to believe that it is true. It's kind of too good to be true. Indignant means that I am annoyed, I am angry. Okay. Informative is simple. Something is instructive, factual, educational. This word or this tone is going to be very, very common. Why? Because most passages will be informative in some way or the other. So you might come across a passage which will be very, very neutral, which is only informative, or you also might come across a passage which will be informative, but it will also be leading to something, that will be intriguing. It will be asking you some questions. It will be showing you a dilemma. It will be elaborating a paradox, right? Even when I'm elaborating a paradox, I have to be informative, right? And GMAT is not going to be a very, very easy affair, right? So a lot of passages will be very neutral, they will be very informative, but at the same time, they'll also have a complex undertone. Inspirational means that, if you go through something and it inspires you, it encourages you, okay, or it reassures you. Intense means that, you are passionate or you feel deeply about something, okay, you are intense about that. Intimate essentially means that you are familiar, or you are confidential, or you are kind of like in a private space. Okay, Now, irony. Okay, this is a common word for those of you who don't know this. You must definitely know this. Okay, that irony basically means the opposite of what is being meant. Okay, so if let us say I say that this is something which is ice hot, I'm being ironical. Okay, so something which is expected to be hot, I'm referring it as ice. Okay, similarly, I can say that an example of irony would be if you are kind of a king, and then you do something, and then you become broke. Okay, so your life is very ironical that you were born as a king, but then you became a beggar or you became a broke, right? So that is what irony is. Now, irreverent, as I said, and I told you in the last session, you kind of have a append at the beginning. Reverent is the word. Okay. Now, irreverent means lacking respect. Reverent means if somebody has respect, right? So this is essentially opposite of reverent. In these kind of questions, if you know the meaning of reverent, you can see that there is kind of like a append at the beginning, or there is a prefix which makes the meaning the opposite of reverent. Okay, so irreverent becomes opposite of reverent, and we have seen the meaning of reverent in the last passage or in the last installment. Jaded means that you are bored or you have had something so much that you do not have any enthusiasm. Joyful is simple. Judgmental means that I'm critical of you, okay, or I'm finding fault. Judgmental generally is used in a negative connotation. You often hear people saying that you are treating the whole issue in a very judgmental manner, or you are judgmental about the other person, which means that you already have your preconceived opinion about the other person. Laudatory is simple. It means that you praise someone, or you appreciate the fact that he has done a particular thing. Okay. Macabre, it's kind of like a fancy word that means that kind of has a simple meaning, just like irony. It means it is gruesome, horrifying, frightening, very terrible. A macabre incident happened, or if probably a truck has a collision, you will say that a macabre accident happened on the road. It's not very commonly used. It's kind of like a slightly sophisticated word. Malicious means that you have a desire to harm others. Okay, ill-willed, spiteful. Okay, malicious means you had bad intentions. Now, this is coming, I think, from malicious only. It's kind of like a continuation, the first one. Now, mocking, simple, scornful, ridiculing. You make someone fun of someone, you say that, are you mocking that person? Mourning is simple, it means grieving. Naive is a fancy word that means that you are innocent. Okay, so you say that you are too naive to understand a particular situation. Narcissistic, it essentially means that you have too much ego, you are too boastful, you have a lot of self administration. This again is used generally negatively. Okay, so if somebody is kind of like a megalomaniac, is only obsessed with himself or herself or his or her own image, we say that that particular person is a narcissist. Nasty, simple, it means unpleasant, unkind. Negative, very simple. Nostalgic, nostalgic is something when you actually go into the past. Okay, so the time connotation is important. If you become nostalgic about something, it has to have happened in the past with you. So you cannot get nostalgic about something that you feel very deeply about, no matter how deeply you care about that particular issue. You can only be qualified to be nostalgic if you have experienced this beforehand. Okay, so it always have the time dimension, that it is associated with something in the past. Objective, I think we've seen it. Objective means that without prejudice. You evaluate something purely on the basis of the merit of the situation and the facts. Obsequious, it means that you are very, very obedient, generally submissive. Okay, that somebody can, you are kind of like a pushover, that somebody can come and tell you and you will do that without even questioning, right? Optimistic is simple, you are very hopeful, cheerful. Outraged, again simple. Outspoken is simple. Pathetic, again it's kind of like you have if you are a, if you're somebody who only deserves sympathy, then kind of you are like pathetic. Okay, that is how the word comes. Okay, so sympathy. All of you would have come across this word, right? Sympathetic. Sorry, let me rewrite it for you. Right, so sympathy means that you kind of have uh, some kind of a warm, tender outlook towards the other person, right? Patronizing, essentially condescending, scornful, pompous. So a lot of these words you would be seeing that, if you had read a particular version, it's kind of like a lot of analogies can be drawn. You can pick out a lot of synonyms, so it's kind of like an exercise in vocab. Pensive means reflective. Okay, if you want to write something, think about something, it is said that you are in a pensive mood. Persuasive means that you are convincing. You are it actually, convincing is the best way. Eloquent means that you are a good speaker, but you can be persuasive and not necessarily be eloquent. They both can be used interchangeably, but not in all cases. Pessimistic is if you see the negative side of things. Philosophical, if you are a bit theoretical, if you think about how the whole thing happened, if you keep pondering over that same issue, you're very philosophical. Playful is simple, if you're full of fun. Pragmatic is something that is realistic, okay, which is not up in the air. Now, pretentious means that you are a bit artificial. Okay, you are not very real or practical. Okay, so if you are being pretentious, I'll say that your ideas are very, very pretentious. I don't think they will work in the real world. Regretful is simple. If you have regret, if you are apologetic or remorseful. Resentful is kind of like if you are aggrieved, if you are offended. You are regretful, but you are also angry. Okay, so resentful means regretful plus angry. Okay, so all of these are very, very similar sounding words. Resigned means you are unhappy. Okay, don't take it in the literal way where people, when they resign from a job, is you think about the word resign. Generally it is used that you have resigned to fate, or you have kind of made your peace with the whole situation. Okay, so you have become accepting of the situation. Okay, restrained means that you show some effort, or you kind of hold yourself back. You kind of do not get carried away. Reverent, I think we've discussed multiple times. Righteous is somebody who is morally right. Satire, okay, this is a very, very famous form of writing. Okay, now satire means making fun to show a weakness. Okay, so generally this is used a lot in So you'll see a lot of satire in social and political commentary, where people would be probably making fun of a situation, but not in a derisive way. Okay, they would be making fun of the situation only to bring out the gravity of a particular situation. Okay, if somebody makes a, let us say, a joke about poverty, he's not trying to make fun of people who are not so blessed. Okay, he's basically trying to draw your attention to probably the evils of poverty, at the same time indulging you in humor. Okay, so that is basically what a satire is. Sarcastic is simple, you are mocking something. I think mocking is the best meaning. Scathing means that something is very, very, let us say, stinging, okay, or very, very strong. Let us say it is strongly critical, right? Scornful. Scornful is kind of like contempt. If you know contempt, you know what scorn is. Scathing is very similar to scornful. Both of them mean almost the same thing. Sensationalistic means that you wanted to make a big deal out of it. Okay, so you will see this word often used in the context of media. Okay, where people say that media is sensationalizing the news. Okay, which means that you make the whole thing provocative, or you make it a bit inaccurate, or you make it very bombastic, unnecessarily bombastic. Sentimental, if you have a lot of feelings and you're kind of nostalgic, or you're seriously thinking about something. Sincere is simple, it means honest, truthful, earnest. Skeptical, if you are not very, very convinced. Okay, so I think unconvinced is the best meaning of skeptical. Solemn essentially means serious. It's a fancy way of saying serious. Okay, so generally you see that a lot of priests who are officiating will say that this is a solemn occasion. If it is something very, very important, if it is something very serious, if kind of like a marriage, a very, very important investiture ceremony, a ceremony which is being done for somebody who's passed away. So those are very, very solemn events. Subjective, if you are opposite of objective. Okay, so the best way of remembering this is that if you are not objective, you are subjective. And what is objective? Objective is somebody who believes in facts and figures. So what is subjective? Subjective is more driven by emotions, not driven by facts and figures. Submissive, I think we've come across, in different words, we've come across submissive. If you're kind of like a pushover, if you're too compliant, you're too accommodating. Sulking means that, again, sulking is kind of like a fancy way of saying, bad tempered. Okay, you keep crying all the time. Sympathetic, we've seen kind of like how a prefix changed the whole meaning of the word. You're sympathetic when you're compassionate and you understand how someone feels. Thoughtful. Okay, so if you are reflective, and a lot of authors are going to be very thoughtful or very reflective. Tolerant, simple, it's open-minded. Tragic means disastrous. Unassuming means it's modest. Uneasy, simple. Urgent is simple. Vindictive it means that if you are vengeful or if you are looking for revenge. Or you want to punish the opponent. Let us say you are wanting to opponent or the aggressor, if you want to Punish the aggressor. You are vindictive. Virtuous, if you are the right, if you do the right thing, if you do what is the moral thing to do, you are righteous and you're virtuous. Whimsical, if you do something on your whims and of your fancies, that you don't really give a care to the world. You can be very, very playful. Witty means that you are clever, you are entertaining. Witty is often used to indicate, clever humor. Okay, so the humor can be done in a lot of different forms. That you can be stupid and humorous, but when you are clever as well as humorous, generally you are called witty. Wonder, simple, awestruck. World weary is somebody who has seen the world, or who knows how things are going to proceed. Worried is simple. Wretched means that it's miserable, despairing, sorrowful, distressed. Okay, so these are some of the words. You must go ahead and do your own digging around, go across, read words. Whenever you come across a new word, try to bring it in your vocab. It will only help you. It will help you with the RC section. It will help you with the analysis of the AWA section, the analysis of an issue. Sorry, analysis of an argument now, not issue. It will help you in crafting a much better essay if you have a larger range of words, or if you have a larger vocabulary that you can count on. You will always end up writing a better essay, because what happens is that so let us say you wanted to say something like this. If you know the right word for it, it makes it all the more easier and all the more concise. Okay, so if I write vindictive, I can probably send out two messages that that person is bitter and he's also looking for retribution. Okay, so you can kind of compress sentences into words if you know the right word, and that is why knowing the right word becomes very, very crucial, because in a lot of cases it actually makes the author's work much simpler, right? Contrary to common belief that people use fancy words to confuse other people or try to show their command over the English language. It might happen in some cases that people do that, but in most instances, with the right vocabulary, with the right word, you can make a prose, or you can make a written piece much better and much easier to understand. Okay. So with that, we come to the end of the session. Don't forget to subscribe to get all the videos of the series. We have put out a lot of videos. We'll be putting out a lot more videos, so that you guys can practice. Don't forget to like. It really helps us and it motivates us to make some more videos like this. Okay, so see you in the next session. Till then, keep preparing.